So the Supreme Court was asked whether or not this law violates the First Amendment rights of TikTok or TikTok's users. And the Supreme Court said resoundingly, no, it doesn't, because the government asserted that it had two important interests that it was protecting when it required either the sale or the ban of TikTok. And those two interests were speech, that there would be covert manipulation of the speech on TikTok, or the privacy and data invasion, the gathering of information.
The TikTok ban goes into effect on Sunday. I will say this doesn't necessarily mean that the app will go completely dark and you won't be able to access it. You likely won't be able to download it or make updates to it, as Apple and Google will likely remove it from the App Store or face significant fines. But just in the last hour or so, the Biden administration has also indicated that they won't force the ban and will leave it to the next administration to determine.
So the president can issue a 90-day extension, giving the company 90 more days to sell itself if the company has shown that it has actually got essentially a term sheet for a sale, a kind of proto agreement with another buyer. And so that seems unlikely at this moment, that there would be any kind of agreement for sale. TikTok thus far has said, we're not selling, even despite the fact that it's seen this decision from the Supreme Court coming from a mile away.
How do you plan to stop the ban on TikTok next month?
We'll take a look at TikTok. I have a warm spot in my heart for TikTok because I won youth by 34 points. And there are those that say that TikTok had something to do with it.
So one thing that Trump will likely do is do the 90-day extension, but he could also couple it with that national security executive order that says it's actually important to keep operating for this time, because if TikTok goes dark, then Americans will move over to less protected areas of the internet.
If the ban gets upheld and enforced, the places where Meta and Google have the most to gain. So Forrester, we surveyed TikTok users last April, and 56% said that they would use Instagram Reels more if TikTok got banned, and 51% said that they would use YouTube Shorts more if it got banned, and advertisers would likely follow suit.
Zhao Hongshu is the red note. It seems to be the one that's TikTokers are gravitating towards, and it's become #1 in the app stores and et cetera in the United States. So that can face a ban if it has 1 million American users. That's sufficient if then a president decides this is a foreign adversary controlled app and and I think it's a national security threat, the president could in fact ban that as well.
If TikTok disappears in the US, they're going to have to pivot and rebuild their followings, their equity, their content for other platforms. And it will likely be on Instagram or YouTube. But regardless, it's, I think, a reminder to the creator community that social media platforms can come and go, and you have to diversify your content to be successful in this business.